Oh, he's got me. All right, that's one each.
Oh, no.
And we can see the German tank crew celebrating next to the corpse of my Soviet tank. That's 2 for 2 from Alex. We are going to have to try and bring this back. What up YouTube, TK here, and today we are playing with Battle Tank X. And by the way, we have a special guest. Alex.
Hey.
Let's fly some tanks! Now I've pretty much wanted a set of remote control battling tanks since I first saw them in an electronics catalog back in like 2005 or something ridiculous. Back then I never really got around to it. Here we are today. Now what actually blew my mind when I got these home is this radio control. I didn't actually realize this in the store, but these are actually proper RC. They're not controlled by infrared like some other toys in this sort of size. Infrared can be good, but the fact that it is radio control suggests they've just put a little bit more effort in. So I am actually really excited. I'm sort of hoping these are actually going to be pretty cool. I did get them from Jaycar for $50, and I know I have a rule on this channel. You don't buy from Jaycar if you want to have a good time, but I don't know. I'm going to give them a shot. I really can't wait to get into these. So we'll start unboxing them. They have used tape. Tape is a common thing used to seal boxes. That's obviously not IP64 rated, that's just, you know, a little bit of tape. So we'll go ahead and slide them out, and wow, that actually doesn't look awful. Oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. Go ahead and slide that off. As we can see, proper antennas because it is radio control. We'll start with the tanks. Now, this little bugger here, look at that. That, I guess, is supposed to be a T-34. I'm not sure which wheels actually do the driving. I'm going to be really delicate with them at this point. Oh, that just... You know, it's not obviously a scale model perfect replica, but it looks good enough to be really, really fun. They put the little star in it. They got the camouflage. That's awesome. Little red LED on top. Somewhat unrealistic antenna, but we'll forgive them for that. Now here is the infrared LED that the tanks use to shoot each other. And that actually could be why these are radio controlled instead of infrared, because infrared control would conflict with the tanks actually shooting each other laser tag style. So the way these tanks battle is, this little infrared light here is your gun. That's what you use to shoot the other tank. This bit of plastic on top is a sensor, so you can get shot from pretty much all angles, because otherwise you'd only be able to shoot each other front on, which would be rather unrealistic. So that's a pretty cool way of handling things. On the bottom we have pretty much what we expect, a little charge port and a switch to presumably turn it on and off. 40 megahertz this one. We'll take a look at the German tank. Now, this one's a little more basic. They haven't painted the camouflage on it, but it still has the markings. Would have been a bit of fun if it was a little bit more detailed, but still pretty happy with it. Again, this one's on 27 megahertz, so that's cool. They've clearly went with a big gap rather than putting them both on like 27.1 and 27.3. We have the admittedly very flimsy feeling controller, but I'm not really that bothered at this price. Okay, probably could be a little bit better built than that, but I'll take what I can get. If it works, and I'm happy. One thing I often do find at this sort of price point where you're talking, you know, sub $25 for a remote control toy, often the toy works in sort of quotation marks, but like, you know, for example, if it's a car, you try and drive it and you're like forward and it just spins in circles and you go, all right, and it'll spin in circles in the other direction. It's not actually good enough to be drivable. I'm hoping these do pass that sort of level of playability. So here you can see pretty much everything you get in the box. I want to say that I'm disappointed that you don't get any anti-tank barriers or, you know, little logs or sandbags to put around to make a playfield. But to be honest, I would much rather them spend the money on making the toy actually work, and then I can come up with my own little bits and bobs at home, rather than them giving me all this stuff to play with, but the tanks are rubbish. That would suck. So we're gonna go ahead, get some batteries in, and fire these up. So we charge these little guys by plugging them into the controller, waiting a few minutes for the light to go off, and then we are ready for combat. Can't wait. So they take about 10 minutes to charge. We'll go ahead and switch this on. And look at him, isn't he gorgeous? So let's see how it handles. Whoa, it's actually quick. Oh, okay, so it's almost too quick, which is, see, this is what I was talking about a little bit in terms of these toys and their uncontrollability. I am literally just tapping on these buttons and it's just hooting along. I can imagine it's probably quite difficult to actually aim and kill someone with one of these, but that's okay. We're going to try it out anyway. I'm not mad. It's still pretty controllable. Now, if we can get this thing pointed, we can fire the weapon. No, we can't. What the hell? Ah, Alex, do you know what that is, Alex? When you fire the weapon,
Yeah.
there's recoil. They've actually simulated recoil. That's amazing.
Cool.
The other thing that interests me is how good the weapon on these little tanks is. So Alex is going to shoot me, and you can see I just died. Now, if he shoots me again, I want to try a directionality test. I'm pointing this way, Alex is pointing that way. I'm going to shoot him. That didn't work. But Alex could shoot me. That's not very fair. Let's just experiment a little more. You can see I'm fairly straight on there. And I got a clear hit. And again, but if I turn myself a little bit off axis, oh, I still get him. I think the thing is, though, if you sort of hit a tank in real life anywhere along its shell, it dies. So I'm pretty keen we're going to actually play with these. But first, we must set up the battlefield. So one of the coolest things about toys like this is you get to make your own playfield. So if it's remote control cars, you make your own racetrack on the table, whatever. Here we're making our own tank battleground, and I have to say, I'm pretty damn excited to see what happens. I haven't done anything like this in years, and I think it's going to be awesome. Now, one thing that I think is going to be really fun is these little lumps and bumps up and down these ramps should actually be fine for the tanks to get over. They'll be a bit lumpy and bumpy, and I'm sure we'll be driving all over the place. But because they're not wheeled vehicles, they shouldn't have any trouble getting up and down. Alex, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Welcome to Deathburg. This is our combat arena. Alex will be the German scoundrel, and I will be the valiant communist in an awesome green tank. Okay, first of 3 kills here in Deathburg. Let's go. Oh my god, these things are not the easiest. You kind of got to inch them around. I'm coming for you, buddy. No, I can't get a shot off.
Oh no!
Oh, he's rolled it. He's rolled it.
It's alright. I'll survive.
Oh no, he's got me!
Yes!
No, he's got me once already.
You got me.
Did I? No, not yet.
No?
Oh, he's got me twice!
You gone.
Alright. Driving on his side, Alex gets an early win. I reckon we need to institute a rule. Once you've shot them, you've got to let them get away for like 5 seconds, because otherwise you can get 3 shots off too quickly.
I think you can make a rule about not being sideways.
If you roll it, like you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually that could be fun. If you roll it, you're like you lose a life, because like in real life.
Yeah.
Okay, round 2, new rules. 1, if you roll the tank, you lose a life. You've only got 3 lives per round. 2, once you get a kill, you have to give the person time to get away. Otherwise, you can just mash the fire button and it's not that interesting. So here we go. Round 2, let's fight. I'm gonna go for the higher ground this time. Not that it's particularly easy to go for. You can see the tanks make short work of getting on top of these higher areas, which is really cool. But there is a danger, of course, that you roll it. And of course that you fly off backwards. Oh! I stayed up. I think I'm still alive. Oh, I got you! Alright, Alex is 1 life down. I'm gonna try and hide over here in his starting location. How you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, what?
Are you coming for me? Because keep in mind, you've only got 2 lives left.
I think I might have even got this far.
It's actually interesting because these round... It's actually interesting because this round lid here is actually quite dangerous because you can roll just from driving next to it. So I'm coming for Alex. I think it's actually kind of fun that it's a bit difficult to Oh, he's got me. Alright, that's 1 each.
Oh, sorry. Whoa. So...
Jesus. Alright, I'm going for the long range shot, but that's not going to work for me. Gonna have to get in closer, try and sneak up behind him. You know, it's hard enough to drive your own tank, let alone figure out where the other person is. It would be good if the rotation speed on these was just a little slower, so you could really dial them in. Because as it stands, oh, he's got me twice. And I've rolled it! Oh no, that is me done! I am dead on a biscuit. And we can see the German tank crew celebrating next to the corpse of my Soviet tank. That's 2 for 2 from Alex. We are going to have to try and bring this back. Alright, third round. Same rules. I'm going to try and actually beat Alex this time. I'm not confident. He's sort of gotten the hang of it better than I have. I'm gonna actually try and focus on his location as well as mine this time. And hopefully that will help. Oh, he's lost a life already because he's flipped it. Pathetic. Early loss of life there for Alex. Just like in real life, if you drive your tank off the side of a cliff, you are dead. Come on. Okay, the tank really can't handle the ripples of the Cooper's ale box. Oh no, I've rolled it and Alex has rolled it. Okay, so we're both killing ourselves pretty rapidly here. One shot to kill Alex, so as long as I don't do anything stupid. Okay. I'm taking up a sniping position, and I got him! Oh, the Soviets win, just like in real life. And the tank crew celebrates as you would expect them to. Huzzah! Traditional Soviet tank dance. So what can we say about these Battle Tank X toys? Well, on the one hand, they look cool, they work, they do everything they say in the box. For 50 bucks, that's pretty cool. On the other hand, they are very difficult to control.
Yeah, it's definitely way too sensitive.
Yeah, with the digital control, it's on or off. You're either full throttle forward, full throttle back, or left, right, spinning all over the place. Now, one way you could make that better is full proportional control. However, that would push the price point of these tanks probably over $100. The other thing you could do is you could make them slower. Make it rotate slower left and right, make it drive forward and back slower. The problem there is then the tank wouldn't be able to climb up as many obstacles because it would just be underpowered. So really, there's not much they could have done about it. I still think, and I think you'll agree with me, the left-right rotation is just too fast. It's luck.
Yeah.
Now, as far as battery life goes, off one charge, these things have been going for what, probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, without slowing down a bit. So that's pretty cool. You just power cycle them at the end of each game. So that is impressive. And for the cheap construction, the controls aren't actually that bad. They're perfectly usable, and as long as you're not an idiot with them, I think you'll be fine. Kids obviously may not be used to how delicate things are. If you drop them a few times, they will break, but that's their fault. The one thing I love the most though is because they're tracked, you can get up and down all these little obstacles, so you can make your battlefield really interesting. We've got bottle caps, we've got magazines, and we're climbing up and down. That's really cool, and that's something you don't get with toys, with wheels often. So these things, they'll just climb over, and it's great. Overall though, for $50, I'm not disappointed. There are a couple of little remote control tanks that do kill each other. I got to build this ridiculous battleground in my living room and light some candles. So we're just gonna play with these until the batteries run out and have some fun. Till next time, TK out.
Alex out.
Oh, I made it.
Yeah.